Hello guys, I hope you're going well. So today we'll play some 2NL and I will explain you how to have a great table selection. Actually, grinding the micro stakes, I think it's one of the most important points is to focus on the fish and how to extract value against the fish. So we'll focus on that. So I've listed here a few points that you have to keep in mind. So the first one to have a good table select is to identify the fish. So every time you're at a table, you should know who's the fish at the table, and if you don't know who's the fish, it's probably you, and that's the problem. Okay, we don't want to be the fish of someone else. The best seat you can have is to be sit at the left of the fish, and the main reason is that you will be most of the time in position against the fish. It means that you will be the last one to talk, and so you will have more information about the fish's action. There is multiple way to identify the fish. The most common one is not max bane. Okay. So basically here, if I look at the table, I can see that this one is not max bane. Okay. So I will identify him as a fish. Same for this one. Okay, same for this one. This one is not max bane. Okay. Okay. Up. So at least here we have identified with the first criteria a few fish on the tables. So the idea will be to focus on these players and to take maximum value from them. So this is the first criteria. Here I will try to focus on the ace. I think he's ready to call around the pot size. I will use that sizing. Okay, that's the first criteria. The second criteria, it will happen very often. The fish is limping a lot. So he's not raising pre-flop, and he used to limp a lot. So when the fish limp a lot, what will happen is that his VPIP will increase a lot. So VPIP is one of the criteria here I have on the HUD. It's the first one. That means the players voluntarily puts money in the pot, the VPIP. So by limping, the VPIP will increase a lot. And the second one, which is the pre-flop raise, sorry, will decrease because he's not raising. So he put money in the pot, but he's not raising. So there will be a big difference between the VPIP and the PFR. So VPIP high. Okay, actually there is two criteria. If the VPIP is high, it means VPIP high. It means that the player is playing too much hands. Okay. The main rule of poker is pre-flop to have a clear strategy, to not open everything. So someone who has high VPIP over 30 is basically recreative because he's playing too much hands. Up. And so if the fish is the fish limping a lot, so the VPIP between the difference between the VPIP and PFR, which will be very, very high. Okay. A good player has the PFR very close to VPIP. Because the only actually here I'm gonna call. Okay, he's not asking for a lot. I just need to hit an ace or a jack, and sometimes I'm already good with my ace high, so I'm just calling. Same for the turn. Oh, I value jacks, and the value we took is absolutely terrible. So this is another criteria to identify the fish. They are using weird sizing, pre-flop or post-flop. Okay. So here, clearly on one example, I know that this guy doesn't know how to value a hand. So I know it's a fish. Here, something interesting would be to take a note on that guy. 2 barrel small equal value end. So next time we will be very careful and maybe not call ace high to catch a bluff. So he's not max buy-in, VPIP is too high. The difference between VPIP and PFR is too high. He's using weird sizing. So I don't know someone that's opening 3.5 big blind, for example, is a weird sizing. Post flop, someone betting 1 blind is also weird. And post flop, another criteria is about don't bet. So someone that is don't betting a lot is probably a fish. Okay. Don't bet is a very advanced move that you will use when playing very high stakes poker. But to start playing poker in 2NL and beat the 2NL, 5NL, 10NL, you don't need this move in your possible action. So yeah, so now we have some criteria to identify the fish. So that way we will be able to table select correctly. So I have said we need at least we need fish at the table for sure. What I recommend is to have at least one whale. So a whale is someone which has a very high VPIP, over 40, 50 VPIP, or 2 fishes. Okay. The best seat you can have is to be sit at the left of the fish. So basically, let's see the different table. Okay, one of our criteria to identify the fish that I didn't write here is someone playing on table. So let's take here that table, okay? So I have on the left a fish because it's not back by in, this one also. So we have 3 fish, wonderful. And on the right, you can see that the VPIP and PFR is very different, okay? The difference is very high. A good player has a difference between 4, 5, 6% between VPIP and PFR. And here you can see that the difference is 16%. So this guy limp too much, okay? So I will consider him as a fish. On the left table, okay, so this one is a fish. This one we don't know, okay, he has a good VPIP PFR. Let's check at his table. I can see he's playing multiple table, okay. So I will consider him as a regular player. Up. So I used a different color for that guy. Here we have a guy, 8-4. I will check, so he's playing a lot of table. He's free betting. So we consider that guy as a good player for now. And this guy is not max buy-in. It's a fish. Okay. So as you can see here, between the 2 tables here, there is a big difference. Here we have 2 regular players, 1 fish on our right, and 1 on our left. Okay. Here on the second table, we have 4 fish at the table. So basically, when you're playing 2NL, you should focus on having this kind of table with a lot of recreative. Let's go for the last table, the 2 last tables. So this guy looks okay for now. Does he play 1 or multiple table? Okay, he's playing a lot of table. Wonderful. Okay, this guy, if you just noticed, he decided to don't bet. This is a fish move. Up. So I will add a tag of fish, even if he's playing 2 table. What will be interesting here is to see the showdown, to see with which hand he decided to don't bet. Here I'm in position against the fish, so I will just try to build a build pot, and when I hit my flush or top pair river, I will take maximum value. So here on the turn I'm maximizing my fold equity and also the equity of my hand. This guy for now is correct. He's playing multiple table, and this one also correct. Last table, so we have a fish here. Jack McLaren, oh, there's a big difference between VPI and VPFR. Okay, he's playing one table, so for now I will consider him as a fish. This one is a fish, and this one's playing a lot of table, is max buy-in, so it's a regular player. So now we have all our table with all the players tagged, so we know against which profile we are playing. So here I've just done a very simplified categorization with fish and regular, but we'll see later that there is a lot of different profile that we can identify. Up. For example, okay, this guy is 11-11, only on 30 end, so this statistics hasn't converged yet. But we may think that it's a fish, but it's also a very nitty player. He's playing a very tight range, so when he will open, his range will be stronger than other players. Even that guy here, up, as you can see, has a 75 VPIP, only on 8 hands, okay, but it gives good information on the fact that he's playing too much hands and it's probably a whale. Up. So the idea of the table select, as now you have tagged everyone, is to leave the table when it's not good enough and it will not be profitable for you to play. So basically the bottom left table I will just leave at the next big blind. Okay. Oh, and we got value cut ourselves, unfortunately. And the idea is when I've just left the table to find another one with good profile. And this is something you should do at least every 2-3 minutes, okay? Especially when you have nothing to do. Like, okay, now I know that ace-5 I'm gonna open. Here I'm gonna fold an open bet. So now I have 3 seconds where I have nothing to do. So I'm tagging the different opponents, leaving table if necessary, finding new table, etc., etc., etc. So this is very, very important, okay? You will not be profitable playing table with only regular player, okay? You will just exchange money between each other, rake a lot, so it will not be profitable for you. So I think the table selection idea was okay for you. If you have any question, feel free to ask in the comments. And here it's 2NL. I think I'm just gonna call for fun. Up. Let's go. And we split the pot with the whale. Nice. Up, up. So I will leave all the table at the next big blind. Oh, nice flop. Oh, here I will see bet very small to get called by anything. Should I shove the turn? Maybe not. I will bet small also. Okay, it's maybe the worst river, but anyway, we are in. Defaulted. Shall we just check call? We we fold the turn, it's too expensive. I would check a bit off. I can check I have some showdown value, I can also shove. I think I like shoving because I get called by worse end, like to overcard. So I'm shoving in value, and even when I get called by pocket pair, I still have a lot of equity. So here, even if we are out of position against the whale, I will just try to build a big pot. Okay, and I'm just going all in here. We are playing for a flush, a straight. You can see that we have more equity than his top pair. We had 60% equity approximately. Okay, I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any question, leave a comment. Like also the video to support the channel, and see you later, guys. Thank you very much for watching the video. Bye bye.